The NFL's in for a surprise. Rookie Kenny Pickett is starting versus the Buffalo Bills, and we're all anticipating the Steelers to run the ball. But looking into the matchup, I think Mike Tomlin might shock you and come out slanging it. Kenny Pickett is going to be unleashed versus the Buffalo Bills. In studying this game, I have the proof. Statistically this year, the Steelers have not been successful running the ball. Steelers right now are 24th in the NFL rushing the football, whereas the Bills defense have given up the third fewest rushing yards this season. Knowing the Buffalo Bills have stopped Derrick Henry to his lowest rushing total in several seasons, stopping the Miami Dolphins with Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill on the outside, and also last week faring pretty well against Lamar Jackson and one of the most potent rushing attacks in the league. Even with Najee Harris, who has not really had a long run in his NFL career, is not going to do that well against the Buffalo Bills. That's why I think they are planning on unleashing Kenny Pickett. Think about who the Bills have gone against. Cam Akers, Darrell Henderson, Derrick Henry. I know the Bills gave up 162 rushing yards against the Ravens, but Lamar Jackson had 73 of those yards, and the Bills were forced to stay in their nickel defense because of the RPO and threat of Lamar Jackson keeping it and running it. This week, they don't have a Lamar Jackson and Kenny Pickett, although Kenny Pickett can run with it. He is no Lamar Jackson. Therefore, I think the Bills will be able to get in more of a base defense with Terrell Bernard out there and be able to stop the run even better. I presume if I know this, Mike Tomlin and the Steelers know this, and therefore they are planning on unleashing Kenny Pickett in this passing game. Instead of wasting time against Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills running the football and trying to test us, knowing that we've stopped Derrick Henry, that we've pretty much stopped J.K. Dobbins to only 44 yards and Justice Hill to only 45 yards, and the Miami Dolphins to a total of 43 yards. So knowing the Bills can stack up against the Steelers running attack, who has not done well this year, and looking at the Bills who have done very well against the run, it makes all the sense in the world to have Kenny Pickett just start the game trying to pass it. Plus, when you look at the Bills who are not starting Jordan Poyer, who have already lost Micah Hyde, do not have Trey White, a rising star in Christian Benford is out, we are relying on Kaiir Elam and also Dane Jackson going against tall, physical wide receivers in Chase Claypool and George Pickens. George Pickens at 6'3" and Chase Claypool at 6'4", 240 pounds are definitely going to win those 50-50 jump balls. 50-50 jump balls can actually get the ball out quick. Kenny Pickett's getting the ball in his hands and just throwing the ball up, a fade, not having to worry about Von Miller and Greg Rousseau, who have a huge advantage over those tackles this week. Trying to out-physical Kaiir Elam and Dane Jackson on the outside, knowing that DeMar Hamlin and Jaquan Johnson are also on the back end of this defense, maybe Mike Tomlin is crazy enough to come out, unleash Kenny Pickett, and start passing the ball. And then they have tight end Pat Freiermuth, who's more of a receiving tight end, actually 8th in the NFL right now in receiving yards out of all tight ends. He's not really an extension or heavy blocking tight end, which makes me believe more of a reason for Kenny Pickett and the Steelers to pass the ball. Deontay Johnson is actually a very good wide receiver, and he plays the majority of the time in the slot. He will be matched up against Taron Johnson, but Deontay Johnson still has an advantage, actually rated higher, 86 overall, versus Johnson, who's rated at 82. It's really going to boil down to whether Mike Tomlin thinks that rookie Kenny Pickett in this offense can keep up with Josh Allen. Whether you look at Chase Claypool, George Pickens going against Kaiir Elam, Dane Jackson, just their physical stature is scary. And then Deontay Johnson going against Taron Johnson in the slot, also on the outside, he could easily win those matchups. Plus, the 8th best tight end in the NFL, Pat Freiermuth, receiving that football, being an outlet for a young rookie quarterback, makes sense for Kenny Pickett to throw it. Stop Cam Akers and Darrell Henderson, even with Cooper Kupp and Matt Stafford. We stopped the Miami Dolphins, even with all the motion of Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill. And then we stopped Derrick Henry to his lowest rushing total in several seasons. Plus, fared very well against Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, even considering the threat and the twitchiness of Lamar Jackson at the quarterback position. The Steelers don't have Lamar Jackson. They don't have a running back as good as Derrick Henry. We are going to fare well against the run, and I think Mike Tomlin and the Steelers might understand this heading into the game. Trying to test the run, trying to keep Josh Allen on the sidelines, only gives the Buffalo Bills more opportunities to score more points. There's only two ways to beat the Buffalo Bills: to hang with Josh Allen to score as many points as the Buffalo Bills, or two, to run the football to win the time of possession and keep Josh Allen on the sidelines. And I don't think the Steelers are capable of keeping Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills on the sidelines. And I really don't believe the Steelers are capable with rookie Kenny Pickett of throwing the ball around and keeping up with Josh Allen. But I think that is the future and the formula to beat the Buffalo Bills. I'm expecting a lot of screen plays, a lot of dink and dunks to Najee Harris, but expect Kenny Pickett to throw the ball a lot. Do you agree with me? Do you think Mike Tomlin is crazy enough to unleash Kenny Pickett versus the Buffalo Bills and all his weapons? Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, please hit like and subscribe for future content. I'm doing the play-by-play during the game, so even if you're a Steelers fan, join up, join the party. I will check you guys soon. Go Bills. Peace.